The atheists are wrong, but people who believe in God are also wrong because both are confused about what the word God actually means. When the Bible talks about God as a person, God does this, God says that, that's not literal, that's poetry. But, for example, when Psalm 108 calls God Tsuri, my rock, people think that that's just a metaphor. Like, my belief in God makes me feel stable and secure, so I call God a rock. But obviously God isn't really a rock, right? Actually, the exact opposite is true. When we understand that God is existence or being or reality, then yes, everything, even a rock, is literally God. Or my favorite prayer from Psalm 90, Ma'on ata hayita lanu, you have been an abode for us. Meaning God is literally the place in which we reside, which is always this place, this moment. And that explains the verse when Jacob has the vision of the ladder and the angels. He says, Hashem b'makom hazeh velo yadati. God is in this place and I didn't even know it. Meaning not that God is like a person in the room, but that God is the inner identity of this place. God is literally the open space within which all things arise. How do we know that? Because the word Jacob uses for the place, hamakom, is literally one of the names of God. And the most common name of God in the Torah, the unpronounceable tetragrammaton, which would be transliterated as YHVH, is derived from the Hebrew root Hey Yud Hey, which simply means to be. So if God is simply reality, then why confuse the issue by describing God as a person? Because in the past, that metaphor was important for invoking a sense of awe and reverence. That's prayerfulness. That's the spiritual part. But today, the whole issue is confused by the polarization of so-called believers and non-believers, and all they're doing is arguing about a metaphor. God doesn't exist. God is existence. When we understand that what we call the divine or God is pointing to the reality of this moment, the reality which connects us all and which is always intimately present, closer to us than our own I, as Buber said, then we take the first step on the path of authentic spirituality.